I had a ridiculous idea to see if meditation could help me handle hot sauce. So over the next 5 days, I meditate and then I faced my spiciest sauce. You'll get to watch me suffer, but you'll also see what I learned. The sauce I used is called Scorpion Pepper Deadly Hot Sauce from Tropical Pepper Company, appropriately named. It is hot as hell and it is not delicious at all. And actually, during this experiment, I found out something that's not so great about the particular sauce that I have, which you'll see soon. I chose this awful sauce for this experiment because apparently it packs 530,000 Scoville units worth of punch. That's according to the bottle, but HotSauceFever.com says 780,000 Scoville units, which I happen to think is a little bit more accurate. Whichever one it is, this is my hottest hot sauce. So I just watched an episode of Hot Ones with my wife, and now I'm starting to question all the Scoville unit numbers that I gave in this video because the bomb is actually less total Scoville units than the sauce that I'm using in this video, and people seem to suffer like a ton from that. So I have no idea what the Scoville units are like, but I guess it's neither here nor there. This is still my hottest sauce, and it is awful. All right, let's get to the challenge. Day 1. I'm going into this with just the knowledge that I already have about meditation, and I'm not doing any extra research today, which I'll explain later. The knowledge that I have of meditation today is basically this. Observe your thoughts, but don't cling to them. Just be, just allow, and focus on the breath. So after today, I do some research, and you'll see if that helps when the time comes.
Wait, can you do me a favor? Can you set an alarm for exactly 10 minutes? Please, thank you.
Here are some thoughts that I had during this meditation. I thought this was a funny idea for a video. I thought this part might look a little boring on camera. I thought maybe I'll film outside tomorrow. I thought that I usually handle hot sauce pretty well. I worried that this project should have been done a little bit differently, and I thought that my back hurts. Also, my wife was listening to music in the background, so I thought I could use the song to figure out how much time I had left in the meditation since I couldn't see the timer. Now, just for the record, I am not one of those guys that's like, oh bro, I don't even feel hot sauce. I actually do feel hot sauce, but I almost always enjoy it. That said, this sauce is a particular version of hell.
I'm not even prepared for the amount of pain that's about to hit me in the face. Oh, this sauce is so disgusting, it's unbelievable.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah.
And please also recognize that the amount that I poured onto this Tostitos scoop is not a small amount. That's a pool of blood right there, not some like little splatter of hot sauce.
You're done.
Here are some thoughts that I had during this meditation. I thought, this is hot. I thought, this sucks. My hands got tingly while I was recording this part. This sauce is actually super hot, and it is terrible and no fun at all. There is real pain being filmed here.
This was a terrible choice.
So that sauce is hot. And I realized that the last time I had it was actually at my wife and I's engagement party. And I haven't really had any since then because I remember it being so hot and not enjoyable. It's probably also gone bad at this point. So not only is it super hot, but it's also like fermented or just flavorably problematic. So I did not have a good time just now.
So at the time that I filmed that, I actually didn't even know if the sauce was expired or not because the print on the bottle had just rubbed off at that point, which was super annoying. But then I was going through my camera roll and I remembered Apple has that new feature where you can just search a word and it'll pull up the picture related to it. So I did that. And then I found this picture that proves that at the time that I filmed this video, this sauce was more than 3 years expired. Whoops. First day down. That was no fun at all, but I'm ready for day 2. Day 2. So I watched a meditation video prior to filming this meditation, which basically just reinforced what I already knew.
Let's see what happens.
Here are some of the thoughts during this meditation. I noticed I was a bit thinky there at the beginning. I worried that someone might come through the elevator door, which is behind the camera in front of me. Then there was a freaking bug skittering sound behind me, which I hated, so I stomped my foot a couple of times to try and scare it off, but the sound kept coming back, so then I eventually decided it was a cute little ferret named Jeb, and then I said, I just have to let this be. Which I do have to say was hard for me to do. And here's me looking for the source of the bug noises. It was actually super disturbing. I'm not a fan of bugs. I'm not gonna kill them, but I am not a fan.
Here's what it actually was. So see that? I'm glad I didn't move, but my mind was very busy with it for a little while. But at a point I did notice myself saying, I'm just gonna let it be. All right, here's the chip. It's about as much as yesterday. This is gonna suck. Let's see if the meditation has been helping. I don't wanna do this. Wait a minute. All right, here we go.
Here are some thoughts that I had during this meditation. I was bothered about low retention time on a recent video. My face kind of felt tingly, like there was static electricity behind my skin. I did notice that I felt more calm today, and I did worry that the sauce is less powerful now because it's expired, but I swear this ish is hot. It is just terrible all around.
I hope you're enjoying the content, because I am suffering.
So I will say that I jogged across the rooftop to show you a view of the sunset, and I actually felt really good while I was doing that. I gave myself a little yell, like, woo! And it was a really good feeling. So, I don't know, maybe there's something to this meditation thing. Maybe it's the hot sauce making my endorphins spike, but please enjoy a little bit of the sunset and the Philadelphia skyline. I just feel boosted right now. Like, I feel good. I feel really good. And it could be a combination of both things, hot sauce and meditation, but whatever's going on, I don't know. I just feel really good. I'm inside now and my tummy hurts, but it is what it is. It's totally understandable because the sauce is expired and it's terrible, so...
Second day down. Again, I'm not having fun, but I am ready for the ridiculousness that unfortunately unfolds on day 3. So on day 3, I started filming the video a little bit too quickly and got a little bit mixed up. I think I was too excited or too hasty, and I didn't plan this out the best way I could have. So instead of doing 10 minutes before the chip and 5 minutes after, I just jumped straight into eating the chip and then filming that. Frustrating, yes, but it is what it is. It'll help me plan things out better in the future. And you'll see my face when I recognize that I messed up right here. But it's all good. So I ended up doing 10 minutes of meditating right after eating the chip, so I hope that makes up for this mistake. Here are some thoughts I had during this meditation. I thought about how I messed up the video formula today, which made me feel like I ruined the project. I actually thought about the meditation video that I watched earlier, which said to close your mouth and breathe through your nose, which I did, and that actually significantly intensified the heat. I thought about how the heat level in my mouth would eventually reach Taco Bell level, aka totally manageable. I thought about some of my own life stuff going on, and the sound of the alarm jolts me out of my meditation.
This video is going off the rails.
One cool thought that I had while I was filming this part was that I was reminded about my moment hopping idea that I had a while back, which goes like this. Essentially, everything painful is already over. It's just that I have to wait a little bit of time until I get to that place in the timeline. But this moment, this painful moment, is already resolved by the time I actually get there. So here's the time when I'm suffering, and here's the point in the future where I'm no longer suffering. All I have to do is think of this moment when I'm right here, when I'm in the painful place. Just think of the now that will occur when I'm healed. And if I keep this point in mind when I'm here, I do a lot better. I hope I explained that well.
I can't wait to be done. All right, see you tomorrow.
Third day down. Getting a little bit better, actually. I'm ready for day 4.
All right, so we're doing it right today. I'm gonna meditate the 10 minutes first, and then have the chip, and then 5 minutes. So let's rock and roll.
Some thoughts I had during this meditation. I thought about my wife at the beginning. I thought about seeing if meditation could affect the way you listen to certain kinds of music, so drop a like if you want to see that video. I did come back to my breath a few times. I pictured someone picking the pepper that went into this hot sauce, and then I felt like I should get to know the pepper. I thought about how my mouth was about to suffer, but it'll also be over soon. And I remembered how my stomach got a little bit weird after yesterday's chip, so we'll see if that happens again.
Look what it says. Come on. There's a lot of hot sauce on this chip. I promise it's really spicy, and this experiment sucks, all right? I don't want a flower. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's disgusting. Got a little bit in my throat too. All right, see you on the other side.
Here's some thoughts that I had during this meditation. I thought that I was handling the sauce a bit more gracefully now. I thought about getting to know the pepper again, but almost like being interrogated by it. I thought about smiling with the guy that picked the pepper, and then him laughing at me jovially while I suffer.
I feel like I am getting a little bit better at handling this pepper. It tastes disgusting. It's definitely rotten. I don't think it's dulled at all. I think it's exactly as hot as when it was, you know, fresh. But it is disgusting.
So I actually breathed through my nose for the majority of this one, which was an improvement. It still hurt, but I did better. During this meditation, I wanted to feel into what my tongue was feeling, which was not just like fire. That's what everybody says. My mouth is on fire, my tongue is burning up. I wanted to do a better job of describing it. I actually kind of pictured like a lava flow. You know that black outer casing that sits on top of like a lava blob that breaks and you start to see that glowing orange lava underneath? That's a little bit more accurate.
So I finished my meditation, and now I'm eating hot almonds because I'm crazy like that. But I had a thought recently that at the end of this video, I'm gonna pour this into the sink. And then I thought, it might be better YouTube if I pour it into the toilet. So let's see which one I do at the end of this video. All I know is I can't wait to get rid of this crap. And then I actually started feeling bad about the fish that are gonna have to deal with this. They're gonna have to sift this through their gills, and I don't know. Does it work like that? I don't even know. But cheers.
4th day down, definitely getting better here and ready for day 5. I watched a video on meditation prior to this one which talked about allowing some kind of bothersome sounds during your meditation, which was super weird because my upstairs neighbor decided to vacuum above me while I was meditating. But it didn't really bother me. I found myself strangely prepared. It was like a serendipitous moment of having just watched a video on dealing with sound and meditation, and then here I am actually meditating dealing with sound. So I wasn't really all that annoyed. These two things connected and I was ready. Also, prior to the meditation, I watched a metal music video where there was some violence, which was shocking and annoying. I'm not about violence at all. So after seeing that, I did medicate with some YouTube videos to try and keep it from surfacing in my meditation because I didn't want to see that stuff again, which actually did end up helping me, which was great.
Last day of meditation.
Here are some thoughts that I had during this meditation. I am thrilled that this is almost over. I had visions about how I'll film the destruction of the sauce. I saw my friend who picked the pepper again, and he said, "You're back for one more. It's not gonna kill you." I thought about saying goodbye to the sauce, and thanks for the lesson, but you're not needed anymore. I thought about how previous hot sauce sufferings are now over, thankfully, and then that moment hopping thing occurred to me again. This challenge really revived that idea in me, which is kind of cool.
Let's get this final one over with. This is more than I wanted to do today. As I like to say, lechuga roca, which is lettuce in Spanish and rock in Spanish, so lettuce rock. Cheers. Gotta make sure everything goes down the right pipe. Ugh. I assure you, this is torture. Lechuga roca.
Here are some thoughts that I had during this meditation. I pictured myself saying goodbye to the sauce. It was on a beach, almost like where my wife and I had our first date. And then something like my wife's presence showed up, which I thought was kind of like an interesting metaphor, right? I was saying goodbye to the sauce, that toxic thing, and then moving on to something better. 5th day down, way better, but I'm so happy it's over. So what did I learn from all this nonsense? Well, it turns out that meditation is actually helpful. Who'da thunk it? Did it lower the heat of the sauce? No, it did not. But it did affect how I handled the sauce, which was awesome. Caveat, having the sauce 5 days in a row probably did make the sauce easier to handle each time because I knew what kind of pain was coming. But trust me, that sauce was terrible every single time. Flavor, even though it was expired, 0 stars. Heat level, 0 stars. Hated every single second of it. But I didn't punk out at all. There was a lot of sauce in each chip. I made each one of those little things into Satan's jacuzzi. That was horrible, but I got through it. Now I did learn something on a deeper level too, which was this. Meditation allowed me to wander into some new perspectives. It almost let me see like a theoretical video clip of something that made the experience more tolerable. Things like picturing the person who picked the pepper or saying goodbye to the pepper, it all kind of helped and it was cool to see. And it also brought up a helpful tool which I use, which is that moment hopping thing that I was talking about before. That concept has really been helpful for me, and maybe it can help you too. Now I know I was supposed to be thinking about hot sauce while I was doing these meditations, but my mind did wander to some other things. That wasn't a bad thing at all though. That's just what minds do. Things just kind of pop in and out and you just kind of observe them and redirect them when you want to. And if you can't redirect them, you can always look at that thought a little bit more and try to resolve it. And if it's not something that you can resolve, you need to consider the fact that it might be a thought that you need to stop believing. Let it go. You can do whatever you need to in meditation. The point is, maybe meditation will be able to give you some brain space to kind of figure some of these things out. Choose what you need to work on or not, and just be in a moment. Also, want to see something cool? Check out the first video post hot sauce, and then check out the last one. Look at my chest and face in the first video.
Yeah, look at this. My chest is moving all over the place. I'm like, and my mouth, look at my mouth.
And then look at my chest and face in the last one.
All right, much more calm, much more relaxed. Look at my chest not moving so much. My mouth is closed. That hurts.
That's quite a comparison. Overall, it was a very interesting experience for me. So, could meditation benefit you? You know what? If you haven't tried it, it's probably not the worst idea to just give it a shot. Just without the hot sauce. I don't want you to have to suffer as you try this out for the first time. I didn't know a ton about meditation going into this, but even my beginner knowledge did provide me with enough information to get something great out of this. It might be the same way when you try it with no more information than what you already have. The whole point of this video is that with almost no knowledge of how to meditate, it can still benefit you. Now, I did learn a little bit bit more about how to meditate as I went along filming this video, but I wouldn't say that research was strictly necessary to do. I still think I would have gotten some good things from this experience even if I didn't do any more research on meditation as I went along. You could probably get your meditation practice off the ground at least with just the information that you have in your mind right now, or if you had no meditation information to start, then this video can be your gateway. I'm honored. But if you want to do it the pro way, just go to YouTube and watch a couple more videos on meditation, maybe some people that aren't doing it with hot sauce, and you'll be able to get a great meditation practice off the ground with ease. All right, quick caveat there. It might not be easy for some people to get a meditation practice off the ground because they might fear what's in their mind, or they might not be ready to meditate, because some people have really overactive minds like myself, and it's hard to enter a meditative state because you have this tornado going at all times and you kind of just can't calm that down. But it is something that you can develop over time, and it can end up being a safe practice for you. Don't listen to me. I'm not a person who has a ton of meditation experience, but there are people out there that do say that a meditation practice eventually brings you to a space of peace, where your thoughts do actually start to slow down after a while, and you can kind of just be in a meditative state without having this tornado going at all times. So it's not like you need to be afraid of meditation, it's just that you have to feel like you're ready to be able to manage it. If I can do it while fighting for my life with this hot sauce, expired and terrible and probably causing ulcers, I'm sure that you can find a way to meditate without it. Even though I am an overthinker and my mind is often very busy, I did find myself able to gain something really nice from this meditation practice, even over the course of just these 5 days. It is something that you're going to be able to be safe doing at some point. So if your mind is overactive and kind of busy and just a tornado of things all the time, do yourself a favor, kind of try to get into a meditative practice and see if that will help slow things down. It might get a little scary at first, it might get a little dark at first, but it is worth trying, because eventually, if you just observe those thoughts, stop believing some, try to resolve some, try to understand some, maybe things will actually start to become a little bit more peaceful for you, which will be a really nice experience. If I can gain something from meditation with next to no knowledge and an overactive mind, then so can you. Learn a little bit about meditation and then just try it out. There's no need to become a monk in order to do this in a way that works for you. The pressure, I promise, is super low. Just give it a try, see how it goes. So with all of that suffering, meditation actually did allow me to find some better balance and some interesting new perspectives, all while consuming this ferociously disgusting, toxic, expired hot sauce. It probably actually was some degree of toxic. This is the worst sauce in the entire universe. We're gonna go ahead and dispose of this properly now. Cheers. Shout out to my amazing wife for filming the B-roll in this video. She tolerates a lot, and I very much appreciate her. Remember, do something that makes the world a better place this week. People need you. You are the better echo. Subscribe, like, get a sticker at the link below, or watch one of these, and I'll see you next time.